The organs in your abdomen act as a primary manufacturing center for your emotions, your daily moods, and your response to stress. Research using fMRI technology has tracked this connection in real time. An fMRI is a specialized scan that measures brain activity by detecting tiny changes in blood flow. In one study, subjects were monitored while viewing highly emotional images. The subjects who consumed a specific fermented milk product showed a distinct shift in neurological activity. When viewing the emotional stimuli, the way their brain's emotion centers reacted was physically different compared to the control group. These results suggest the gut acts as a second brain, one that actively intercepts and modifies how we experience the world. This influence extends to specific physical and psychological symptoms. We see this clearly in 12-week randomized controlled trials focusing on irritable bowel syndrome, or IBS. IBS is a chronic disorder of the large intestine that causes pain, bloating, and digestive disruption. This chart tracks the impact of a specific dietary intervention. On the left is the high baseline severity of patient symptoms. On the right, after patients consumed 210 grams of kimchi daily for 12 weeks, those symptoms decreased significantly, alongside a reduction in intestinal inflammation. Cognition is also affected. Patients consuming fermented buttermilk enriched with vitamin K2 show measurable improvements in executive cognitive functioning. Vitamin K2 is a nutrient produced during bacterial fermentation that supports both bone health and brain function. Further evidence shows that high intake of dietary fiber from fermented soy, like miso, correlates with a decrease in psychological distress. The specific components of our diet determine our baseline emotional stability and our cognitive speed. Trillions of bacteria in the gut drive these changes by functioning as a microscopic chemical factory. These microbes extract amino acids, like tryptophan, from our food. They then convert that tryptophan into neurotransmitters, such as serotonin. Serotonin is a chemical messenger that regulates mood, sleep, and digestion. When these bacteria ferment dietary fiber, they produce short-chain fatty acids, or SCFAs. SCFAs are small molecules that provide energy to the cells lining the gut and help regulate the immune system. These SCFAs travel through the body to lower inflammation and actively repair small gaps in the intestinal wall. This wall is further protected by a thick, gel-like mucus layer. This layer acts as a primary defense, preventing bacteria and toxins from leaking into the bloodstream. But if deprived of fiber, starving microbes consume this mucus for fuel. This erosion causes a leaky gut, allowing inflammatory markers to reach the brain. Maintaining mental clarity depends on keeping these microbes supplied with the fiber they need to preserve our protective barriers. Several common modern habits are currently dismantling this internal machinery. Diets high in simple sugars trigger a rapid bloom of aggressive bacteria. These specific populations multiply quickly and begin to dissolve the protective colonic mucus. Saturated fats also impair the intestinal barrier by damaging tight junction proteins. These proteins are the microscopic links that hold gut cells together to create a seal. The impact of medicine can be even more sudden. This graph shows how a single course of antibiotics drops total bacterial counts to less than 1/300th of normal levels. As the bacteria vanish, the production of protective SCFAs flatlines simultaneously, removing the brain's defense against systemic inflammation. Modern dietary patterns and common medications can systematically deplete the microbial ecosystem required for cognitive health. Despite this depletion, specific interventions can restore and rewild the gut microbiome. Consuming 100 grams of fermented kimchi daily for 10 weeks has been shown to significantly increase the diversity of beneficial bacteria. Similarly, daily intake of koji yamazake, a traditional fermented rice beverage, significantly improves gut motility. Gut motility is the rate at which the digestive system moves food and waste through the body. The gut is highly responsive to these changes. While a whole food fiber diet can quickly rescue depleted diversity, a high-fat diet can significantly reduce that diversity in as little as 24 hours. This data outlines a core truth of gut health. While an individual's microbiome is generally stable over time, the second bullet point notes that it is still heavily influenced by diet and environmental factors. Protecting mental health requires a consistent supply of specific nutrients to maintain the balance of this ecosystem. A common misconception in modern wellness is the idea that an isolated probiotic pill can provide the same benefits as whole fermented foods. Clinical evidence shows that the process of fermentation creates a distinct biochemical matrix. It changes the physical and chemical properties of the food in a way that isolated pills do not. Fermentation generates bioactive peptides and makes vitamins like K2 more available to the body. Bioactive peptides are protein sequences that can have specific positive effects on human health, such as reducing blood pressure or inflammation. Proper gut health isn't just about the bacteria themselves, it's about the complex chemical environment those bacteria create within the food. Lasting cognitive benefits require moving past simple supplements and returning to the complex chemistry of whole fermented foods.